I am excited to share a message with you today that may change your future starting now. Have you ever set a goal for yourself, put in all the effort and hard work, but still not seen the results you were hoping for? Well, you're not alone. It's a common struggle that many of us face on our journey towards success. But fear not, because in today's message, I'm going to share with you the 5 reasons why you may not be seeing the results you desire from your efforts to hit your goals. And let me tell you, these reasons may surprise you, but by the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of what may be holding you back and how to turn things around. So if you're feeling frustrated, discouraged, or just plain stuck, then this message is for you. It's time to take control of your goals and start seeing the results you deserve. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn the 5 reasons why you're not seeing results from your efforts to hit your goals. Let's get started. Let's start with number 5. Let me start by asking you a question. How many of you have set goals for yourself, whether it be in your career, relationships, health, or personal growth? I am sure most of you have your hands raised, and that is great. Setting goals is the first step towards achieving success and living a fulfilling life. But here's the thing, my friends, setting goals is not enough. You need to take consistent action towards those goals in order to see results. And that is where most people struggle. They set their goals, put in some effort in the beginning, but when they don't see immediate results, they give up. They start to doubt themselves and their abilities, and eventually they give up on their goals altogether. So why does this happen? Why do so many people fail to achieve their goals? The answer lies in unrealistic expectations. We live in a society where we want everything instantly. We want fast food, fast internet, and fast results. But the truth is, success takes time and effort. There are no shortcuts to success. We see successful people and we want to be like them. But what we don't see is the years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance that they have put in to get where they are. We want to achieve our goals overnight without putting in the necessary time and effort. And when we don't see those immediate results, we get discouraged and give up. But my friends, let me tell you this. Success is not a destination. It is a journey. And every journey takes time. It takes time to build a successful career. It takes time to build a strong and loving relationship. It takes time to achieve optimal health. And it takes time to develop yourself personally. We need to have realistic expectations when it comes to our goals. We need to understand that success is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, there will be setbacks and challenges, but it is how we handle those obstacles that will determine our success. We also need to understand that success looks different for everyone. Your definition of success may be different from mine, and that is okay. We all have our own unique paths and journeys. What matters is that we are making progress towards our goals, no matter how small it may seem. Another reason why we may not be seeing results is because we are not willing to put in the necessary effort. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we want everything to come easy. But the truth is, anything worth having requires hard work and determination. You cannot expect to achieve your goals by putting in half-hearted effort. You need to be fully committed and willing to do whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality. As the saying goes, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. We also need to be mindful of our thoughts and beliefs. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our actions and ultimately our results. If you have a negative mindset and constantly doubt yourself, you will not see the results you desire. You need to believe in yourself and your abilities. You need to have a positive mindset and trust in the process. Lastly, we need to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your goals be achieved overnight. We need to trust in the process and be patient with ourselves. Success takes time, and it is important to enjoy the journey and celebrate our small wins along the way. Now to number 4. You see, Setting goals and working towards them is a crucial aspect of personal development. It is what drives us to become better versions of ourselves and achieve our dreams. But what good is it to have goals if we are not tracking our progress towards them? How can we know if we are making any headway or if we are simply spinning our wheels? Let me give you an example. Imagine you are planning a road trip from New York to Los Angeles. You have a map, a GPS, and a full tank of gas. But here's the catch. You have no idea how far you've traveled or how much further you have to go. How confident would you be about reaching your destination? Not very, right? The same principle applies to our goals. We may have a clear idea of where we want to go, but without tracking our progress, we are simply wandering aimlessly. So why do so many of us fail to track our progress? One reason could be that we are afraid of facing the truth. It is much easier to ignore our lack of progress than to confront it. We may feel discouraged or disappointed if we see that we are not making as much progress as we had hoped. But here's the thing. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And it is only by acknowledging where we are that we can make the necessary changes to get to where we want to be. Another reason for not tracking progress is that we may not know how to do it effectively. We may set vague or unrealistic goals, making it difficult to measure our progress. For example, saying, "I want to be healthier," is a great goal, but how do we measure it? Instead, we can set specific and measurable goals such as, "I want to lose 10 pounds in 3 months," or "I want to run a 5K in 6 months." This not only gives us a clear target to aim for, but also allows us to track our progress along the way. Now, some of you may be thinking, "But Jim, I don't have the time to track my progress. I'm too busy working towards my goals." And to that I say, tracking progress doesn't have to be a time-consuming task. It can be as simple as jotting down a few notes each day or week about what you have accomplished towards your goal. You can also use tools such as apps or spreadsheets to help you track your progress. The key is to find a method that works for you and stick to it. Not tracking progress can also lead to a lack of motivation. We may start off strong, but as time goes on and we don't see any tangible results, we may lose our drive and give up on our goals altogether. But if we are tracking our progress, we can see how far we've come and be motivated to keep going. Even if we are not where we want to be yet, we can see that we are making progress and that our efforts are not in vain. Furthermore, tracking progress allows us to identify any roadblocks or obstacles that may be hindering our progress. It gives us the opportunity to reassess our strategies and make necessary adjustments. As the saying goes, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. By tracking our progress, we can see what is working and what isn't, and make changes accordingly. In addition to helping us reach our goals, tracking progress also allows us to celebrate our successes. It is important to acknowledge and celebrate our achievements, no matter how small they may seem. This not only boosts our confidence and motivation, but also reminds us of why we started on this journey in the first place. Let's talk about number 3. Now, I know that many of you have big dreams and aspirations. You have set goals for yourself and have put in a lot of effort to achieve them. But for some reason, you're just not seeing the results you want. Well, let me tell you, my friend, you are not alone. This is a common problem that many people face. And the main reason for this is lack of consistency. You see, consistency is the key to success in anything that you do. It is the glue that holds everything together. Without consistency, your efforts will go to waste. You may have all the talent, all the skills, and all the resources, but if you're not consistent, you will never reach your full potential. So why is it that we struggle with consistency? Why is it so hard for us to stay on track and keep pushing towards our goals? Well, there are a few reasons for this, and I want to address them today so that you can start to see the results you desire. The first reason is that we often lack clarity. You see, when we set goals, we need to be very clear about what we want to achieve. We need to have a clear picture in our minds of what our end goal looks like. Without this clarity, it's easy to get off track and lose focus. So if you're struggling with consistency, ask yourself, am I clear about what I want to achieve? If the answer is no, then it's time to sit down and get clear on your goals. The second reason is that we often underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. We live in a society where we want everything now. We want instant gratification. But the truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes small, consistent actions every single day to achieve our goals. And this is where many people fail. They take big, massive action in the beginning, but then they burn out and lose momentum. Consistency is about taking small, consistent actions every day towards your goals. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, even when it's hard. Remember, small, consistent actions lead to big results. The third reason is that we often let our emotions control us. We all have days when we don't feel motivated or inspired. But it's on those days that we need to push through and stay consistent. You see, motivation and inspiration are great, but they are not reliable. They come and go. But discipline and consistency are what will keep you going even when you don't feel like it. So don't let your emotions control you. Instead, focus on building discipline and consistency in your life. The fourth reason is that we often compare ourselves to others. In today's world of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see people's highlight reels, and we start to feel like we're not doing enough. But the truth is, everyone's journey is different. We all have different starting points, different struggles, and different paths. So instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own journey. Stay consistent with your own goals and trust that your efforts will pay off in the end. The fifth reason is that we often have a fear of failure. Many of us are afraid to fail, and this fear can hold us back from being consistent. But let me tell you, failure is a part of the journey. It's how we learn and grow. So, don't let the fear of failure stop you from being consistent. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity and keep pushing forward. The final reason is that we often lack accountability. When we set goals for ourselves, it's easy to make excuses and let ourselves off the hook. But when we have someone holding us accountable, we are more likely to stay consistent. This could be a friend, a coach, or a mentor. Find someone who can hold you accountable and keep you on track towards your goals. Now on to number 2. See, we all put in the effort. We work hard. We make sacrifices, but somehow we still fall short of our goals. And the reason for this is simple. We lack a proper plan. You see, having a goal is not enough. It is just the starting point. Without a proper plan, your goals will remain nothing but a distant dream. You need to have a roadmap, a guide that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. And that roadmap is your plan. So why is it that so many of us fail to create and execute a proper plan? The answer is simple. We are too busy trying to make things happen instead of taking the time to plan for them. We live in a fast-paced world where we want instant results, and we want them now. But the truth is, success takes time, and it requires a proper plan. Let me share with you a story about 2 men who wanted to climb a mountain. The first man, let's call him John, was in a hurry. He wanted to reach the top as quickly as possible, so he started climbing without a plan. He took the steepest and most challenging route, and he pushed himself to the limit. But as he reached the halfway point, he realized that he was exhausted, and he had no idea where to go next. He had to turn back and start all over again. The second man, let's call him Tom, took a different approach. He spent weeks studying the mountain, analyzing different routes, and creating a detailed plan. He knew exactly where to go, what equipment to bring, and how much time it would take. And because of his proper plan, He reached the top of the mountain with ease and achieved his goal. Now let me ask you, who do you think was more successful? John or Tom? I am sure you all agree that it was Tom. And the reason for his success was his proper plan. So my friends, if you want to see results from your efforts to hit your goals, you need to have a proper plan. And I am not talking about a vague idea or a rough outline. I am talking about a detailed step-by-step plan that will guide you towards your goal. Now you might be thinking, but Jim, I don't have the time to create a proper plan. I am too busy with work, family, and other responsibilities. And my response to that is, you don't have time not to have a proper plan. You see, time is the most valuable asset we have. And if we don't use it wisely, it will slip away from us. We need to make time for the things that truly matter in our lives. And creating a proper plan for our goals is one of them. It may take some time and effort, but trust me, it will be worth it in the end. Now let me share with you some tips on how to create a proper plan for your goals. First and foremost, you need to be crystal clear about your goal. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be specific and write it down. The more specific you are, the easier it will be to create a plan. Next, break down your goal into smaller, manageable tasks. This will make your goal less overwhelming and more achievable. Set deadlines for each task and hold yourself accountable. Now this is crucial. Be realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure by setting unrealistic goals and deadlines. Be honest with yourself about what you can accomplish in a given time frame. Another important aspect of a proper plan is to have a backup plan. Life is unpredictable, and things may not always go as planned. So, it is essential to have a backup plan in case things don't work out the way you anticipated. And finally, don't be afraid to seek help. You don't have to do everything on your own. Surround yourself with people who have expertise in the areas you need help with. Seek advice, guidance, and support from those who have already achieved what you are trying to achieve. My friends, having a proper plan is the key to success. It will give you direction, keep you focused, and help you stay on track. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Now to the one you've been waiting for, so what is the number one reason we fail to see results despite the effort we put in to achieve our goals? See, we all have goals and dreams that we want to achieve. Whether it's losing weight, starting a business, or improving our relationships, we set these goals with the best of intentions. We put in the effort, we make the sacrifices, and yet we don't see the results we desire. And this can be incredibly discouraging. We start to doubt ourselves, our abilities, and our goals. We wonder if it's even worth it to keep trying. But I'm here to tell you that it is worth it. And the reason why you're not seeing results is not because you lack effort or determination. It's because you're not addressing the underlying issues that are holding you back. You see, we all have underlying issues that affect our ability to achieve our goals. These issues can be internal or external, but they all have one thing in common. They are roadblocks that prevent us from reaching our full potential. And until we address these issues, we will continue to struggle and fall short of our goals. So what are these underlying issues? They can vary from person to person, but there are a few common ones that I have seen time and time again in my years of working with individuals on their personal development. Firstly, fear. Fear is a powerful emotion that can paralyze us and prevent us from taking action towards our goals. We fear failure, rejection, and even success. We let fear hold us back from taking risks and stepping out of our comfort zone. But here's the thing. Fear is just an illusion. It's a creation of our minds, and it only has power over us if we let it. So if you want to see results, you must face your fears head on. Embrace them, acknowledge them, and then push through them. As the saying goes, feel the fear and do it anyway. Secondly, limiting beliefs. Many of us have beliefs that hold us back from reaching our full potential. These beliefs can be instilled in us from a young age by our parents, teachers, or society. They can also be a result of past failures or disappointments. These beliefs can be things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy, or I'm not capable. But here's the truth. These beliefs are not facts. They are just thoughts that we have accepted as truth. And the good news is, we have the power to change them. We must challenge these beliefs and replace them with positive, empowering ones. As Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Thirdly, lack of clarity. Many of us set goals without truly understanding what we want or why we want it. We have a vague idea of what we want, but we haven't taken the time to define it clearly. And without clarity, it's challenging to create a plan of action and stay motivated. So if you're not seeing results, ask yourself, what do I truly want, and why do I want it? Write it down, visualize it, and then create a plan to achieve it. Lastly, lack of consistency. We live in a world of instant gratification where we want results now. But the reality is, success takes time and consistent effort. Many of us give up too soon because we're not seeing immediate results. We get discouraged and lose motivation. But here's the truth. Success is not a one-time event. It's a series of small actions done consistently over time. So if you want to see results, you must commit to taking consistent action towards your goals, even when you don't see immediate results. Now, I know that addressing these underlying issues is not easy. It takes courage, determination, and a willingness to change. But I can assure you, it is worth it. When you face your fears, challenge your limiting beliefs, gain clarity, and stay consistent, you will see results. And not just in your goals, but in all areas of your life. So my challenge to you today is this. Take a moment to reflect on your goals and ask yourself, what underlying issues am I not addressing? Identify them and then commit to working on them. And I promise you, when you do, you will see a transformation in your life. In our next topic of personal development, we will dive deeper into these underlying issues and discuss strategies to overcome them. But for now, I want to leave you with this quote from Zig Ziglar. You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best on your journey towards success. Remember, you have the power to overcome any obstacle and achieve your goals. Now go out there and make it happen.